Hello, my dear listeners, and welcome. I'm truly delighted that you're here with me today. Thank you for pressing play and choosing to share your precious time with me, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. I want you to know how deeply I value your presence. Thank you for choosing to grow. Thank you for choosing to learn something new. And most importantly, thank you for refusing to give up. You are more than just a listener. You are part of this journey, part of a community that learns and grows together, step by step, word by word. I see your effort, and I am proud of you. Today's episode is special. Its title is Power in Progress. What does that really mean? It means that true strength doesn't come from perfection or from having all the answers. Real power is found in progress, moving forward little by little, trying, learning, and growing, even when it feels difficult. You don't need to be the best. You simply need to keep going. In this episode, we'll explore personal growth. Not the kind that happens in a sudden leap, but the quiet, steady, beautiful kind that emerges from effort, mistakes, and persistence. Perhaps you're learning English right now. Perhaps you're building better habits. Perhaps you're working on your confidence, or trying to make a change in your life. Whatever your goal may be, the secret to success is progress. Even one small step can lead to something great. This episode will show you why progress holds such power and why your effort is never wasted. I invite you to listen carefully. And if you'd like to practice your speaking, don't only listen, speak along with me. Repeat the words and phrases. Use your own voice. That's how you grow faster and build confidence. Remember, this podcast is created especially for learners of English like you. I'll keep my language clear, gentle, and easy to follow so that you can enjoy the journey whilst improving your English. So, are you ready? Ready to feel the power that comes from progress? Then let's begin. One word, one idea, one step at a time. So, what does progress truly mean? Progress means moving forward. It means you are not standing still. You are taking steps, whether small or large, to learn, to grow, to become better than you were yesterday. Progress doesn't mean being flawless. It doesn't mean winning or being the very best. It simply means you are trying. You are doing something. You are learning something. You are making the effort to improve. Often, we believe progress must be something grand. We think we need to achieve something extraordinary to feel proud. But that isn't true. Progress is often small, sometimes so small you hardly notice, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, it is these small steps that slowly build lasting success. Imagine you are learning English. One day, you learn just a single new word. That's progress. It may seem tiny, but your vocabulary has grown. You now know more than you did yesterday. That's a victory. Progress can mean waking up 5 minutes earlier than before. It can mean drinking more water today than yesterday. It can mean saying no to something unhelpful. It can even mean choosing to listen to this podcast instead of wasting time. Each of these actions is small, yet powerful. Why? Because they show you are moving forward. You are trying, and that is what truly matters. Sometimes, we don't see our progress because it unfolds so gradually. It doesn't appear in a single day or week. But if you look back after a few months or a year, you'll notice how far you've come. Perhaps a year ago, you couldn't follow an English podcast, and now here you are, listening, learning, and understanding more each day. That is real, beautiful progress. Many people stop because they feel their progress is too slow. They think they are not clever enough or not successful yet. But remember this, even a slow journey is still a journey. Even the smallest steps will take you up the mountain if you keep walking. The only true failure is giving up. As long as you keep moving forward, you are winning, you are growing, you are making progress. Think of a baby learning to walk. The baby falls over again and again, yet each time they get back up. They stand, they take a step, they fall, and they try once more. Eventually they walk, and then they run. No one tells the baby they are too slow or should stop trying. Instead, everyone cheers, because we know learning takes time. In the same way, you must cheer for yourself. Be gentle with yourself. You are learning, you are growing, you are progressing. Even when you stumble, you are still on the path. Progress is also personal. Your progress will not look like someone else's, and that is absolutely fine. You don't need to compare your journey with anyone else's. What matters is that you are a little better today than you were yesterday. What matters is that you keep showing up, even on hard days. That is the essence of progress. Picture your mind as a garden. Each time you learn something, you plant a seed. Each time you try, even imperfectly, you water that seed. Over time, it becomes a plant. One day, it grows into a strong tree. That's how progress works. It begins small, but if you nurture it, it becomes something lasting and beautiful. So next time you think, I'm not good enough, or I'm not moving forward, stop and look again. Did you learn a single new word today? That's progress. Did you listen to this podcast without giving up? That's progress. Did you decide to believe in yourself, even just a little? That's powerful progress. Celebrate these small steps. They matter more than you realize. One small step today can lead to a huge change tomorrow. And the most important thing is that you are moving forward, you are growing, and that already places you on the path to success. Now, let's reflect on why progress is powerful. Progress isn't only about gaining knowledge. It changes you from the inside. It makes you stronger, braver, and more confident with every step forward. Even small progress can, over time, create great change. One of the most powerful gifts of progress is the confidence it builds. Each step forward, however small, makes you believe in yourself a little more. You begin to think, I can do this. Perhaps you try speaking English with someone. Even if you make mistakes, you realize nothing terrible happened. You spoke, you tried. That small victory encourages you to try again. Each small success adds to your self-belief. You begin to trust yourself, and that trust strengthens you. Progress also builds emotional resilience. When you work towards something, you aren't only changing your outer world, you're changing yourself. You become more patient, more focused, more hopeful. These qualities cannot be bought. They are developed through time and effort. Each action you take, each moment you refuse to give up, strengthens you from within. That's where true strength is found. Many people think perfection is required to be strong, but perfection doesn't exist. Nobody is flawless. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone fails. Strength comes from those who keep trying, who learn from mistakes, and who carry on. That's where their power lies. When you attempt something new, like learning an English word, you are exercising your brain. With every repetition, your brain becomes better at learning, just like a muscle grows with training. That's why small, consistent effort leads to growth. One word a day might feel minor, but in a month you've gained 30. In a year, that's hundreds. Step by step, progress becomes power. And progress gives something equally precious: hope. When you see yourself moving forward, you begin to believe in your future. You start thinking, perhaps I can do more. Perhaps I can become the person I wish to be. Hope is powerful. It carries you through difficult times. It keeps you moving when you are tired. Progress gives you this hope because it proves that change is possible, that you are already changing. Think of someone who wants to become fitter. They don't visit the gym once and immediately become strong. No, they go regularly. At first, perhaps they walk for 10 minutes. After a week, it's 15, then 20. Gradually, they feel healthier, stronger, prouder. That feeling doesn't come from perfection. It comes from progress, from turning up and trying. The same is true with learning English. At first, you may feel nervous, far from perfect. But each time you listen, read, or speak, you grow. Over time, fear shrinks and courage expands. You don't need perfection to feel proud. You need persistence, trying again and again. So if you ever feel your progress is too slow, remember this. Progress is power. It builds your confidence. It strengthens you inside. It shows what is possible when you keep going. It reminds you that every effort matters, that you are not stuck. You are learning and growing every single day. Trying isn't just an action, it's a choice. And each time you choose to try, you choose strength, you choose growth, you choose belief in yourself. That choice can change your life. Keep going, keep learning, keep growing. Because real power isn't born from perfection, it's born from progress. One small step at a time. Now let's speak honestly about something essential. Personal growth takes time. It doesn't happen instantly. It isn't like flicking a switch. Growth is slow, and at first, you might not see it, but it is always happening if you continue trying. You must be patient with yourself, just as you would be with someone you love. Think about a plant. You don't plant a seed and expect a tree the very next day. That's not how nature works. First you plant, then you water, then you wait. At first, nothing is visible, but beneath the soil, the roots are spreading, the seed is opening. Then slowly, a small green shoot appears. That is how growth begins. Quietly, gently, slowly. You are just like that seed. When you decide to learn something new, such as English, or when you aim to improve yourself, you are planting a seed. At first, results may be hard to see. You may feel nothing is changing. But don't give up. Keep showing up. Keep practicing. Your roots are forming. You are becoming stronger inside, even before the world sees it outside. Many give up because they want results too quickly. They want perfect English in a month, or a new life in a few days. But that's not how life works. Real change takes time. Think of how long it takes a baby to walk. Months of falling, standing, and trying again. No one expects them to master it at once. We celebrate every small attempt. You must do the same with yourself. Celebrate your steps, even the tiny ones. And remember, failure is not the end. Failure is part of growth. Every failure teaches you something, strengthens you, makes you wiser. The most successful people in the world have failed many times, but they never stopped. They learned, they adjusted, they kept going. That's why they grew. If you try to speak English and make mistakes, that's fine. That's how you learn. Every mistake is a teacher. Every mistake offers growth. What's not fine is giving up altogether. Because when you give up, your growth halts. But when you try again, even after falling, you move forward. You are still growing. And here's something important to remember. Everyone's growth looks different. Some people learn quickly, others more slowly. Some flourish in one part of life, others in a different area. You don't need to compare yourself to anyone else. Your journey is your own. Your timing is your own. And your growth will come if you remain patient and consistent. Think again of the tree. Some trees shoot up quickly, others take their time, but both can grow into strong, beautiful giants. The speed doesn't matter. What matters is that they keep growing. The same is true for you. Your growth may feel slow, but it is still real. And one day you'll look back and be amazed by how far you've come. So my message for you is this: be patient with yourself. Trust the process. Keep watering your mind with good thoughts, new words, and steady effort. Keep trying even when it's difficult. Keep going even when you don't see fast results. Because each day you try, you are growing. Every small action counts. And over time, all those little actions create big change. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are exactly where you need to be. Keep moving forward. Trust your path. Believe in your future. Personal growth takes time, but it is always worth it. Now let's talk about something many people fear: mistakes. But here's the truth. Mistakes are not bad. They are not something to be ashamed of. In fact, they are one of the most powerful tools for learning. Every mistake you make helps you to improve. Each one moves you forward. Each one makes you grow. Often when people make a mistake, they panic. They think, "I've failed, I'm not good enough." But that's simply not true. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of success. You cannot grow without making mistakes. You cannot learn without stumbling. You cannot master English or anything in life without a few errors along the way. Here's a simple example. Imagine you're learning English and want to say, "She goes to school every day." But instead you say, "She go to school every day." That's a mistake, but a useful one. Maybe someone corrects you. Maybe you hear the right version in a podcast. You then learn the rule. With she, we say goes, not go. Next time you'll get it right. Without that mistake, you might never have noticed the rule. So in that way, the mistake became your teacher. Mistakes show us where we are weak, and that's a gift. Once you see your weak points, you can work on them until they become your strengths. Think of mistakes like a mirror. They reflect where you are now and where you can go next. A mistake is not the end. It is the beginning of better learning. The key is your mindset. Some people make a mistake and start criticizing themselves. They say, "I'm stupid. I'll never be good at this." That sort of thinking only holds you back. Instead, try saying, "All right, I made a mistake. What can I learn from it?" That's a growth mindset. It means you believe improvement is always possible through effort. It means you believe in your ability to grow, even when things go wrong. Let me share a personal story. When I first began learning English, I was terrified of speaking. I didn't want to make mistakes. One day I tried to say, "I'm very excited," but I accidentally said, "I'm very exited." I thought I was saying something positive, but the people I was speaking to looked puzzled. Later, I discovered that excited means happy or full of energy, while exited means to leave a place. It was a funny, slightly embarrassing mistake, but I never forgot it. That one error taught me a lesson that stayed with me for life. So you see, mistakes aren't the end of the road. They are signs showing you where to go next. They help you understand your path. They shape your growth in ways that are deeper than anything you could learn from a textbook. And the best part is this: lessons learned through mistakes often stay with us far longer, because they become part of our lived experience, not just knowledge. Always remember, everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers, even great writers and famous speakers. It's perfectly normal. You don't need to be flawless, you just need to be willing to try. So when you make a mistake, smile, learn from it, and carry on. That's how real progress happens. Next time you say the wrong word, forget a grammar rule, or don't understand something, don't feel bad. take a breath. Remind yourself, this is part of the process. This is not failure. This is learning. You're not moving backwards, you're moving forwards. And here's something important. Celebrate your mistakes. Yes, celebrate them. They prove that you are trying, that you are brave, and that you care enough to grow. Keep making mistakes, keep learning from them, and keep becoming stronger every day. Now let's focus on another powerful truth. Effort is the key. Not talent, not luck, not instant success, but effort. Honest, consistent effort. That is what changes your life. When you show up, when you put in the work, when you give your best, that's when you grow stronger and move closer to your goals. Many people think only results matter. They say, if I don't win, it's not worth it. Or, if my English isn't perfect, I'm not good enough. That sort of thinking is unhelpful. The truth is, the most important part of growth isn't the result. It's the effort you give along the way. Results will follow, but effort is something you can choose in every moment. Think about it. You cannot control how fast you learn or the outcome of everything you try. But you can always control your effort. You can decide to study, to listen, to speak, to try, even when it's difficult. That decision is powerful. It builds who you are inside. It shapes your character. It makes you patient, focused, and resilient. Resilience means you don't give up easily. You become the sort of person who carries on even when things are tough. Imagine two people learning English. One learns quickly. The other learns slowly but practices every single day. At first, the quick learner looks successful. But the second learner is building something far stronger: discipline, habit, the muscle of effort. In the long run, that steady effort leads to lasting success, not just in English but in life. Effort also gives you self-respect. When you know you've done your best, you can feel proud, even if the result isn't perfect. That pride gives you energy. It builds confidence. It lets you stand tall and say, I didn't give up. I kept going. And no one can take that away from you. Of course, there will be days when you feel tired, when you think, why am I doing this? I'm not seeing results. That's normal. Everyone feels like that at times. But those moments are the most important of all. That's when effort matters most. When you keep going despite the struggle, that's when you grow the most. Let me tell you a simple story. A student wanted to improve his English speaking, but he was very shy. He feared talking in front of others. Still, each day he practiced alone. He repeated words, listened to podcasts, recorded his voice. At first it felt like nothing was changing. But after 3 months, he could speak with far more confidence. Not because he was perfect, but because he put in daily effort. That effort changed him. Effort is not always exciting. It can feel slow, even boring. But it's like planting seeds. You don't see the plants grow at once. But one day, you look back and there's a garden. That garden is the fruit of your daily effort. So please, don't stop trying. Even when you don't see results, keep going. Even when it's difficult, keep showing up. Your effort matters. It's never wasted. It is building your future. It is shaping your character. You don't need to be the best. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep trying, again and again. That's what strong people do. They stumble, they rise, and they continue. So, wherever you are on your journey, whether at the start or already far along, remember this: effort is the key. Every effort you make today is building your tomorrow. Now, how do we keep moving forward? Life is a journey. Learning is a journey. And sometimes we feel lost or weary along the way. So here are 5 simple tips to help you stay strong, stay focused, and keep growing, even when the road feels slow. First, set small goals. Big goals are exciting, but can also feel overwhelming. Smaller goals are easier to reach and keep you motivated. Instead of saying, "I want to be fluent," say, "I'll learn 5 new words this week," or "I'll listen to 1 podcast today." Each small win builds momentum, and together they lead to big changes. Second, learn 1 new thing every day. It doesn't have to be difficult. It could be a word, a sentence, a grammar rule, or even a new thought about yourself. Each day is an opportunity to grow, and each new thing strengthens your brain and your confidence. Third, celebrate small victories. Too often we only notice what we haven't done. Instead, celebrate what you have achieved. Finished a podcast? That's a win. Spoke without fear? That's a win. Studied for 10 minutes when tired? A big win. Celebrate these moments. They remind you that you're moving forward. Fourth, be kind to yourself. Don't be your own harshest critic. Speak to yourself as you would to a dear friend. If your friend made a mistake, you'd encourage them, not scold them. You deserve that same kindness. Fifth, stop comparing yourself to others. Everyone has their own timeline, their own struggles. Your journey is unique. Comparison only steals your joy. Focus on your own path, your own effort, your own progress. That is where your freedom lies. So remember the 5 tips. Set small goals, learn 1 new thing daily, celebrate wins, be kind to yourself, and don't compare your journey. Simple, but powerful. And before we close, take a quiet moment with me. Reflect on this. What small thing have you learned recently? How have you changed over the past year? Perhaps you're less afraid. Perhaps you've grown braver. Perhaps you've simply started again after giving up. That is growth. That is progress. And it deserves to be noticed. You are moving forward. Even if the steps are small, they matter. Progress is not about speed, but about direction. And right now, listening to this, you are moving in the right direction. So keep going. Keep learning. Keep believing in yourself. You're doing better than you think. Your journey is only just beginning, and it is already something to be proud of.